Hello everyone, welcome back to learnWebCoding. My name is Durgesh Sahani, and from this video we are starting a brand new series on design patterns in PHP. In this series, we will understand design patterns in a very practical way. We are not going to memorize definitions only. We will see where a pattern is useful, why we need it, and how to implement it with real examples in PHP. Throughout this series, we are going to cover some of the most important design patterns used in real PHP applications, including strategy pattern, factory pattern, singleton pattern, adapter pattern, repository pattern, observer pattern, and dependency injection related patterns and concepts. So if you want to write cleaner, more maintainable, and more scalable PHP code, this series will be very helpful for you. In today's first episode, we are going to learn the strategy pattern in PHP. Before jumping into the code, let me quickly show you what we are going to cover in this video. What the strategy pattern is, why hard-coded conditional logic becomes difficult to manage, how to create a common contract for multiple behaviors, how to switch behavior cleanly at runtime, and finally, how to test the result from the terminal. So let us start with a very practical example. Suppose we are building a checkout system, and our application needs to support multiple payment methods like PayPal, Stripe, and cash on delivery. If we write all that logic directly in one class using if-else or switch conditions, the code will become difficult to maintain when a new payment method is added. This is exactly the kind of problem the strategy pattern helps us solve. The first step is to create a contract. So here I am starting with the PHP file, enabling strict types, and then defining an interface named payment strategy. Inside this interface, I am declaring one method named pay. Every payment strategy will follow this same method signature, which gives us a clean and consistent contract. Now let us move to our first concrete strategy. I am including the payment strategy contract first, because this PayPal class is going to implement that interface. Here I am defining the PayPal payment class and implementing payment strategy. You can already see the structure staying consistent, which is exactly what we want in a design pattern like this. Now inside the pay method, I am returning a PayPal specific response. In a real application, this is the place where we could call an SDK or an external payment API. Let us do the same thing for Stripe. First, I am including the shared strategy contract so this class can follow the same interface. Now I am defining the Stripe payment class. Notice that the class structure is still the same. We are only changing the behavior, not the contract. Inside the pay method, I am returning a Stripe specific message. This is a simple demo response, but the main point is that the behavior can change independently of the workflow. Next, I am adding one more payment option, cash on delivery. Again, I begin by including the same contract file. Here I am creating the cash on delivery payment class and implementing the same payment strategy interface. This is what makes the system open for extension. Now I am writing the pay method for cash on delivery. The message is different, but the method signature remains exactly the same, which keeps our code predictable and maintainable. Now we need a context class. So here I am creating the checkout class, and this class will work with any strategy that follows our payment strategy contract. Inside the constructor, I am injecting a payment strategy object. This is very important because now the checkout class does not create the strategy by itself. It receives the behavior from outside. And inside the process method, I am delegating the work to the selected strategy. So this class stays clean and the payment logic remains replaceable. Finally, inside the index file, I am including all the strategy classes and the checkout context class so we can test everything together. Now I am preparing a small orders array. Here you can see object creation happening with different payment strategies, and each order also contains its own amount. And now I am using a for loop to process every order. For each item, I create the checkout object, pass the selected strategy, and print the result. This is the point where the strategy pattern becomes very clear in practice. Let us run the code from the terminal and check the output. You can see that the same checkout process method is working with multiple payment methods without changing its internal logic. That is exactly why the strategy pattern is so useful. It keeps the code clean, extendable, and easy to maintain. So to summarize this video, we created a common strategy interface, implemented multiple concrete strategies, passed those strategies into a context class, and switched behavior at runtime in a clean and scalable way. This pattern is very useful in payment systems, notification systems, sorting logic, pricing engines, shipping calculations, and many other real-world applications. That is all for this video. In the next session, we will cover factory pattern in PHP and see how object creation can be handled in a much cleaner way. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Share this video with other PHP developers and do not forget to subscribe to Learn Web Coding for future updates.